So first, before knowing the hardware asset management, first we have to understand what is the hardware asset management and how it falls under ITAM. So let's first ITAM is the first we will go through with the ITAM. So let's discuss about what is the ITAM, like, because HAM is the subset of the ITAM, right? So we have to understand what is the HAM. So in this, you could see that ITAM is the subset of process that join financial, contractual, procurement, and inventory functions to support life cycle management and strategic decision making for the IT environment. So why I am reading this out for you, because this definition provided by ITIL, and I hope you all are aware that means ITAM also fall under ITAM service area. So that's why this definition is provided by ITIL. So let's understand this definition. Okay, ITAM is the set of process that join financial, contractual, procurement, and inventory functions to support life cycle management and strategic decision management for IT environment. So just I'll give you one example. Okay, and example is that, for example, if we want to procure, like, let's say 100 asset for our organization. Okay, so it will have the first thing is that it will be associated with the finance, right? Finance means we have to spend some dollar to purchase that. So in order to approve that, we have to keep the proposal to finance. So that's why it's a financial. Then after that, it's not like that as a standard organization. Okay, we can purchase the asset from any of the organization or any of our vendor. So obviously we will have predefined, pre-approved vendor in order to purchase any asset, whether it's hardware asset or software asset. So and then that vendor is bind with our contractual terms and conditions. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing is that I'll give you the example of the so see, there are so many, because whenever we discuss about HAM and SAM, so it is set of policy and process. Okay, otherwise you can manage the HAM anywhere. But so let's discuss more about the contractual facts, because if we will not follow the contract, we would be non-compliant. So might be you guys would have heard it that whenever we purchase software, like in the SAM, what we do that if we have purchased 5 license and we are using more than that installation, then we are non-compliant. But do you know that in the HAM also we have non-compliance, and mainly in the HAM we have non-compliance on the contractual side. So I'll give you the example and I'll try to prove it how it's how it's and this is one of the benefit, you could say. You could also say about the HAM that, let's say that so what happened that in most of the country, okay, they divide the area where we set up our office in 2 zone. Okay, SCZ zone and non-SCZ zone. SCZ zone means means they divide SCZ zone means economical zone and non-economical zone. So for example, these days, that our population and density of the city mainly is really getting increased, and our and so many industry, government is trying to move out from main city and to develop to shift to some other far from the city. So so government discover some new area which is far from city, and where they are encouraging the organization to set up their office. So in order to so how they are increasing the the organization, by giving them a lot of discount. okay, on the various different type of taxes. So they say that if you will set up your office in this area, which is the SCZ area, okay, then you will be provided a lot of discount on the various custom duty, service tax, and different type of taxes. So now let's say that we have set up an office in SCZ area, and we have also a setup in the main city, which is non SCZ area. So now, whenever you will procure your asset, okay, whenever you will procure your asset, you are contractually bound to purchase the asset separately for SCZ location separately and non-SCZ location separately. Why? If you have the requirement of 100 asset for SCZ location, okay, those assets you will get very cheaper because government is giving you a lot of discount on that. And once you will purchase that asset, it will be also certified by the custom duty that yes, you are purchasing the asset only for SCZ location. It's not like that you are saying that we are purchasing for SCZ location, but you are using the asset for non-SCZ location. So one side you are getting the benefit being the SCZ location, organization. But so here contractual terms and condition binds you to procure the asset, right? So that is why here you can see that financial and contractual. Then obviously once within the limitation of the contract, if you are purchasing the asset, so you should have the procurement team. Once finance will approve it, you will check all the contractual facts, predefined vendor, and your procurement team will now deal with multiple vendors, right? The vendor who will give you less prices, we will go with that. And so here again we have to see that all these vendor are already are listed vendor, means we have already approved the partnership with them. Now within that vendor, whoever will provide the more discount, we will go with that and will purchase the asset for that. So now this is the work of the procurement team. And then inventory functions. Okay, inventory functions means again, whenever we will receive the asset, okay, we will also keep track the function of those assets. And then we will have to life cycle in coming in the picture. Means the moment you receive your asset in your premises, asset life cycle will get started, and we will start we will go through the asset life cycle later, and we'll see that what are the different asset life cycle and which we have to manage, because each life cycle is very important for us to manage that, and based on that we make the certain decision. Okay, so for our organization. So I hope now so that is why it's very important. That is why I was trying to explain you that we have to we have to uh, uh, get this definition word by word, because this is the definition provided by ITIL. And IT include all element uh, IT include all element of software and hardware assets that are found to be business environment. So that's what I was also trying to explain, that hardware asset management and software asset management is subset of the IT asset management. Okay. So now, but our area is hardware asset management, wherein we are going to study about its benefit. And this couple of things, which is the hardware asset management, and I think we will take it this later, but I hope you understood that ITAM is the superset and ham is subset of ITAM. In same way we have now let's see that what is the ham. Okay, before knowing the benefit of ham, I hope we should have the definition of ham. So hardware asset management is the process of inventorying and tracking physical IT component like workstation, laptop, drivers, routers, servers throughout their entire life cycles. It means, hardware asset management is the process of taking care of the complete life cycle of our all IT asset, right? So here again, life cycle comes in the picture, because in the hardware asset management, so again, we will have a look that what are the different life cycle we have. And the hardware asset management process give the IT team silent details about the hardware asset inventory, where they are, and which life cycle are they in. And so and also it will prepare you for the audit, internal audit or external audit. As I said, that if you are in SCZ location, then you will have very more chances uh, you know uh, to be audited by the mainly by the custom duty, because they will track all your bills, whatever proof of purchase, whatever you have procured versus how many asset you have. So again, so whatever number of the asset you have purchased, whatever number asset you are decommissioning, so you should have full track of it if you are in the SCZ locations. So again, we will discuss more about that. So that is the ham. So now as I said that ham versus SAM, because SAM is the another subset of the IT asset management in the SAM. So hardware, deals with the hardware like laptop, desktop, server, routers, okay, so many things. But software deals with the application installed on the hardware, like like laptop, desktop, servers, okay, or in the data center, right? So software mainly deals with the application installed on the hardware. So here, that is why, so SAM and ham both are important. And so, we'll discuss less about SAM, but, as a one part of benefit of ham, once we will discuss about the benefit of ham, then surely we are going to discuss how, SAM will get the benefit from ham. Okay. So, that's the, definition of ham. So now, so here, we will, read less and we'll talk more. Okay. And, so, and so, so these are the, various benefit of the hardware asset management. And I'll explain all these benefits in detail, so that we will understand how it will give us the benefit. Okay. So manage the lifespan of the asset. One of the benefit of hardware asset management, that it manages complete life cycle of the asset. So now we have to understand what are the life cycle stages of the hardware asset management, and then we will be going through with the another benefits. So first, let's understand that what are the life cycle of the hardware asset management. Okay. So see, so first thing is that we have to plan or request. We have to plan or request the hardware. So what happens that for any of the system, either employee will give the request, okay, to the through any application, or if they have installed some service catalog, and they will go there, they will put the request for the hardware whatever they required. Or if they don't have any service catalog installed, they will reach out or they will send email to the team, dedicated team for the request. So first thing is the plan or request. We have to plan it, and then we have to request it. Then once will do the request, then we have to fulfill means, obviously, there are various team like financial. Once we request that, the the flow is that users manager will approve that. After using users manager, finance team will approve that. And once finance team will approve that, then it will go to procurement team, and procurement team will get the quotation and everything from vendor, and procurement team purchase the asset. So that is known as fulfillment of the asset. Means we have purchased the asset, now it's available. Okay, so once we will, means fulfillments, we have received the asset. Okay, uh so but again before procuring the asset, we have to also check our stock, whether we do have asset already existing. Okay, if we have already asset existing, we won't we won't procure that. We will make it available for the user, and we will allocate that asset to user. If it's not available in stock, only then we will do the procurement, right? And once we will do the procurement, we will receive the asset in our inventory or our stock, right? And and uh, then the moment we will receive the asset in our stock, so here what we are doing in the inventory, how ham is managing that, it will so whichever the asset we have procured, okay, we will track all the details of the asset. So as in all the details means like and we will also do the asset tagging. Okay, so for example, let's say if we have received 100 assets, so first we will do the tagging. Tagging means we'll put some unique identifier to identify that this is the asset belong to our company. So here we have to record information in, if you are using ham tool, if you are using if you are not using any ham tool, then you can record this in Excel or some database. Okay, or whatever the local application you are using in order to manage your hardware data. So you can keep the, like here in the inventory, the moment we receive the asset, first thing we do the tagging, and after that we record the asset information. What are the information we record? We record asset tag, serial number, warranty expiry date. Okay, and then for which user we have purchased the asset. Okay, so if we are purchasing in bulk, later on we decide, so might be we will not assign user, but sometime what happened that if we are ordering for a specific user some a specific configuration, that obviously we should identify those assets so that we can hand over the asset or deploy the asset only to that user. Okay, for example, like we have a developer team. So again here, whenever we purchase the asset, it will be divided into two parts: a standard asset, non-standard asset. A standard asset would be procured in a bulk, right, so that we will get the better discount. Okay, so whenever a user requests, so they will have to pick. Okay, at the time of the request, they will have to pick whether they are going for uh, a standard asset or non-standard asset. A standard asset means that asset would be covering 90% of the employee. For means if but non-standard asset means there are some department or some users who really need some high-end configuration of the laptop or desktop, right? So for that obviously we will have the different other type of system which we can't fulfill to other users. Okay, so now we will have two bucket. One is the standard asset at the time of request placement, standard asset and non-standard asset. And so whatever will comes in the non-standard asset, those asset user also should be recorded, because that is for a specific department, a specific user. Once we will receive those asset, we have to only assign to those users. So at the time of the inventory, if user information is available, you can assign it. But once we deploy the asset, so deploy the asset, in the deploy the asset, before that, here also we will have one process where we image the asset, means we install the various software in the to the asset. So what happens that, once we receive the asset, we now we have we kept the track of all the information of the asset. Now we will starting deploying the standard software, and after that we will start hand over to the user. Okay, so once we will hand over to the user, that process is known as the life cycle. Sorry, that process is known as deploy. So we are deploying the asset, means we are assigning the asset to the user. So one of the hardware asset management is that you will have the ownership of the asset. Okay, why? Because at the stage of the deployment, okay, you are tracking the ownership of the asset to whoever you are allocating. You are going to your machine the record which you have entered at the time of inventory, and you update the user details there. Okay, so that these assets are owned by this person or using by this person. So that is the deployment. Okay, then deployment, what we do that, we also monitor the asset. Monitor the asset means, for example, in the monitoring, what type of information we will have. For example, let's say that total asset in this year, and including all the year, we have 5,000 laptop, okay, 2,000 desktop, and let's say that 500 server. So these are the count we do have. So we will in the monitoring period, okay, in the monitoring life cycle, we will validate with various tools. Okay, so in the deployment phase we have started. Now, for example, we will validate the hardware discovery tool. We will run the discovery, and we will see in our organization network that how many assets are getting used by the users. Okay, might be we can also get this data from scanning tool or inventory tool, right? Then we would see that how many asset is getting reported. So these are the live these tool will give us the live data, right, that this asset is getting used by these users, and then they will do the reconciliation with their inventory file or the asset file, and then they will see that, oh, are we deficit, or whatever the number of asset we have purchased, we are getting that. So this is one of the example that you are monitoring your asset, that whatever the asset you have purchased, whether it's there, whether it's we have or not. So here you are getting one of the benefit, that by doing this functionality, you are also keeping control on the theft, right? Because if you will not monitor, then how you will get to know that whether asset is available or not, whether if we have purchased 5,000 laptop, whether we do have or not. Okay, so and in the service means that, for example, if some user are facing the issue on the laptop, desktop, or server, their server is not working, they need more they need more processing unit, or they need more core on the server. They want to increase the speed of, obviously they will request to the hardware asset management team. If a user who is using laptop, desktop, let's say that their display got broken, or might be some keyboard is not working, or any problem they are facing for their asset, they will coordinate with the hardware asset management team, and they will then they will provide the asset. So here also, what is the benefit you are getting, that so might be during the service period, they can issue a loaner asset to them. Okay, that, hey, okay, it seems like that your machine will take 20 days of time to fix the display issue. Okay, so but till then, since your productivity won't I don't want to that your productivity should be hampered, so I am giving you this asset for 20 days, And then if you are having the hardware asset management tool, the moment it will pass 20 days, user will also get the notification, and I am also getting, as an inventory owner or item professional, ham professional, I'm also getting the notification that we have given the loaner asset to them. It's time to hand over their asset and collect the loaner asset back to our stock, right? So again, here also we are discussing about so here we are also discussing about the complete process flow, and now user satisfaction also will get increased here, and we will also have tracking of the asset. So during the service, so this is also one of the important phase or life cycle which we can manage. Okay, so then we retired the asset. So whenever we retire the asset, so retire, decommission. Okay, so see, in the different organization, we use different verbiage. Okay, so some organizations say end of life. Okay, some organization then after that they will call out the decommission word. Some organization will only say retire, means that it's decommission. So now here, let's say that here we have uh, so here we have so in this slide, retire means asset reached on the end of life and they are also decommissioning it. Okay, but in the ideal scenario, we will have end of life. End of life means whenever we purchase any asset, like mainly EUC devices, they will have the by default 3 years of warranty, right? Now it's organization policy, okay, that whether they want to once warranty will get expired, they want to return back asset to the stock, or they are increasing the time period. Though we have the warranty expiry of 3 years, they will increase to 5 years. No, so they will so again, this is the policy, right? Here we will have to draft a policy, though it's 3 years warranty expiry, but we will use all the EUC asset for 4 years, and then after that user can claim new asset. So uh, so uh, that is the end of life. So normally what happens, that whatever the time frame we decide, whether it's 3 years, but a standard is the 3 years, but I don't think that most of the organization follow the 3 years standard. Some organization obviously follow 3 years, some organizations say 4 years, 5 years. They want to get the maximum ROI from the EUC device also, so they say that it would be for 4 years, 5 years. So whatever the span you have choose, and based on that your asset will get end of life. So if it one asset is completed, let's say 4 years decided by the organization, so after 4 years that asset will get you know reach on the end of life. And then, so now here also there is one benefit, but so here I have one question, and obviously I'll answer that. The question is that how I'll get to know that how many asset reached on the end of life. So if you remember that in the while we were at inventory life cycle stage, okay, we have filled some information, right? Hardware asset tag, serial number, warranty expiry, and receive date, right? So once warranty date will get expired, then we will have end of life date also. So if organization says that no, it's warranty expiry date, then that will be considered as the end of life date. If it says that warranty expiry plus 1 year, then it will be end of life. So again, we will maintain end of life column. Then if you are setting up the non-standard end of life date, and then once, so these are once those asset will fall under that day, again a notification will get triggered to the user also, and to the inventory manager also, that these are the asset reaching on 4 years. So we have to plan the new asset for those employees. So this process will get a start, like might be, in the different organization, again, timeline is different. So might be before reaching on the end of life, process will get a start 120 days before or 90 days before. It's yeah, means how your procurement speed is like, and from that point we are trying to analyzing that, yeah, this after 120 days, these 500 asset is going to be reached on end of life. So now we have to plan the procurement, okay, for those assets, so that we can give those assets to the user. So see, these are the benefit you are getting if you are managing your if you have the hardware asset management process, right? If you don't have hardware asset management process, obviously everything will be mixed match. You will not have the control anywhere. Okay, then you can see that once it will reach on the end of life, so all those assets will get handed over to the stock in the inventory, and inventory custodian will receive the asset from the users. Now once they will receive the asset from users, now the time to decommission the asset. Okay, so decommission is the process where you are, you are uninstalling, wiping out all the data, whether it's server, desktop, laptop, whatever the, asset we have. You are wiping out all the data, and then throwing out, or might be not throwing out is not good word, means handing over the asset to the e-waste vendor or some donor or some, charitable trust to use that, means, but it will be for sure, it will be from out of your organization. Okay, and once again, if you are in SCZ location, if you are decommissioning, you will also need confirmation from custom office that we are going to decommission these assets, please provide your approval, something like that. So these are the various assets. If you have any question on the life cycle, you could, put your question in chat box, and I'll try to answer it later. So this is the hardware, yeah, hardware asset life cycle. I hope I'm able to explain you. Now let's go back to the benefit. So increase user satisfaction and productivity. So might be, we all are experienced, and we all have joined some or other organization, and so for example, like might be 10 years back, whenever I have joined the organization, I did not get my desktop. At that time, desktop was widely used. I got the desktop after 10 to 15 days after I have joined. So now what happened, that I got my salary free, right, for 15 days. Another side, I was really, irritating that what I'll do. Okay, I don't know when I'll uh, get my, desktop, when I'll start my work. Okay, and then for organization, there are two laws. Financial loss is that they are paying salary to me completely free, and another side is that for the department, though they have hired, but they are losing the productivity. They have hired to deliver something for the organization or for that department. Okay, so here, so this is the one of the benefit. Now so I have explained about the satisfaction, but if you will have proper hardware asset management. Okay, now what is the meaning of proper? So what we will do that, so we will coordinate with HR. Okay, we will coordinate as a ham manager. I'll coordinate with HR and say that, hey, could you please tell me your plan on the hiring side? How many hiring you are going to do this year, this quarter, this month? Please share the number with us. So from there, we got some estimation. Okay, these many hiring is going to happen. Now, as a ham manager, I'll plan our asset, procurement based on that. So this is one input we have received from HR side for new hire. obviously we will have the user request also. So many user will be also requesting existing user if they need the asset. So obviously combining all that thing, the ham manager will coordinate with the finance team, procurement team, and will purchase the asset. And now the moment employee will join, they will before that they will prepare the asset. They have the user data itself, that these are the users going to join on this state. They will configure there, they will install all the relevant software, they will assign to the users. And the moment their induction will get completed, again we will a ham will conduct one induction session at the last, and they will give the laptop to all users. So here, very first day we are getting the now, I think most of us is getting the asset on first day. Okay, why? Because this is the ham manager, and ham tool is doing fabulous job and working in the background before our joining to provide the asset on time. So that is so now I will also, as a user, as the employee of the organization, new organization, I will also feel, wow, that's great that I got asset on the same day. And then from that point of time I will start working. Okay, so productivity will also get increased. So now ham helps Sam. Can't imagine Sam without having proper ham. So what is that? So see, in the initial definition, hardware, I have explained you the SAM is about managing the application installed on the hardware, ham, right? So from where we will get the details of the ham. For example, if I want to know that how many Microsoft Visio standard installed in the organization, right? Or how many various application our organization using worldwide, or might be in this branch. Okay, so in order to give the answer, we should have the accurate list of the asset first, right? That how many asset we are getting used. If you are not managing the ham, this answer might be you will be getting in so many days, right? They will check, they will coordinate, they will collect various information data and all that, then they will. But if you will have the ham in place, if you are managing ham in place, they will just go the system. Okay, sir, you need the asset for this location. Okay, okay, so they will select all the asset location wise and they will provide you the data. Now in your SAM tool, what you will do that you will capture all the machine. You will put all the machine in your SAM tool. But thing is happen that those machine, you are not getting the yeah, for most of the machine you are not getting the application installation details. Okay, might be if you don't have ham, let's say, in proper place, and if you are not managing the ham life cycle in the proper way. So here if I'll explain you that that the moment we have sorry, I was going to life cycle. So here if you could see that in this once we deploying the asset, at that time if I'll install any inventory tool or a scanning tool by default as part of the standard software package, so what will, the moment user will connect to the network, okay, this inventory tool will run and they will give the install data. So this is again the benefit of ham, that in the ham we have the standard process to deploy the agent also on each server, on each UC. Okay, so that later on whenever those system will be connected with the ham, okay, then we would have all the information ready. So see, this is the again benefit of the so that's why it says that if you have good ham, only then you can manage the can imagine the SAM. Otherwise, your SAM compliance report won't be accurate. Might be you are thinking that we have a 50 machine, but in actual you have 60 machine, 10 machine you are not able to find because you don't have the proper tool, ham tool in place. You don't, they forget to add in the library or something like that, something happened. They don't have the proper tracking details. Now, once audit will come, auditor will come, obviously they will come, they will uh, audit physically, they will come to office, they will run the patches, and they will see that, oh my god, this product is installed on 60 machine and they are saying that only 50 machine. So now you are in trouble, right? Why you are in trouble? Because you did not get, you have done your job as the SAM manager. Okay, you have done your job, but since you did not get the proper information from ham, you are non-compliant. So it means that that is why, we should have robust ham process, ham tool in place in order to have good SAM. Okay, so that is that is the benefit. Now this benefit I have explained you at the stage of the whenever we deploy the asset. Before that, at the time of the build installing the software, at that stage, right? Now let's go to decommission status, decommission stage of life cycle. So what is happening that any SAM tool capability is that they will be integrated to ham tool. Okay, as a ham manager or inventory custodian, the moment they will change the asset life cycle from end of life, okay, end of life uh, to decommission. So what SAM tool will do that whatever the software installed on that machine, SAM tool will reduce the count of that machine from the total count of that application. Okay, and this will be automatically. Let's say that if you don't have proper in place, you have decommission, however you installation is there, means though you have you are not using the software, you are paying for it, correct? Or so this is again one of the benefit that the if you are managing your asset status very well, then your SAM will be again good, and you will be compliant, and you will be saving the cost from SAM side also. Another example I'll give you, that let's say that some of the asset, okay, is not working. However, they have not installed, and user has handed over the asset to the inventory custodian. Okay, and they are just kept in the stock room, but they have not uninstalled the software. So we are saying that if user is not using any asset, then you have to uninstall all the application from that asset and then keep it in stock. So this is again one of the hardware asset process which we have to follow. If we are not doing that, though that asset is not getting used, but again it will be contribute in the total number of installation of the application, because your that asset is still in your premises, and 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 application installed to it. Now might be now you will have one question, because most of the participant ask this question: if asset is not getting used and it's just keeping in the stock room, then why why we will pay? Who will get to know? Or once auditor will come, auditor will get to know, that auditor will check your inventory stock, that how many asset you have, is there any application installed on it. Let's say that if you are saying yeah, no one is using, we are just keeping it aside in the stock room, see it's in the upper rack, it's just in a corner thrown out. But say, what happened that if I'll go and then you can start using that? right? That is why auditor will also, mean SAM auditor, software auditor will also count those assets if it's under your premises, it is in whatever the situation, okay. Whether it's not working, though if you have installed the application, okay, then you will have to pay for it. So again, but if you have proper ham process, if you are following the ham process in place, then there is no any point to do that. So that's why ham helps SAM. Okay. Now effective deployment of software. So effective, as I already explained you the example that for new hire process, if we will set up the process, it will be effective deployment at the time before joining the organization. We will already install the all software, and at the time of the joining we can deploy those system, and we will up to date our user allocation data to the software. Effective management of hardware asset. Obviously we are whenever we will procure or whenever we will decommission, since we are changing the asset status, right? If we are procuring, we will keep the asset status to receive. If we are you know uh, making it out, or we are getting end of life, we are changing the asset. So you are managing your hardware asset, right? And in fact, and now you have the all ownership details, you have all the location details, that in which location this asset is lying and where it is. Increased governance. Now by sitting on the tool, okay, you can check your inventory, that how many you have purchased, and how many you have actual asset in the live. And I have already explained you with the example that through any of the inventory or discovery tool, we will get the live data, and we will compare with our purchase record, and we'll see that whether both are aligned or not. If it's not aligned, then we will try to find out those assets from various process, right? So again, it is increasing the governance, that we are knowing that we are in the deficit, we are in the gap, or we are not in the gap, right? And improved ITSM capabilities. So improved ITSM capabilities means that, let's say that one user called you, hey, this server is not working, okay. So obviously, so now might be, if you are not have any database, hardware database or CMDB, then they will keep note of it. Okay, sir, we will get back to you. Now they will try to find in their Excel file or somewhere who is the owner of this. Let me coordinate with them. What is the actual problem? How to solve it? But if you have any central repository wherein you are saving that server, they will quickly put the server, they will get all the details. Okay, sir, tell me what help I can do that. Okay, I will assign to this person, and this person will help you out, this person will reach out to you, right? So 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 within second, you got the information, you assign the problem to that users who is managing the asset, who is the owner of the server, and then after that, both that user and owner will get coordinate, and the problem will get resolved, right? So improved ITSM capabilities, more precise hardware budget. So obviously, more precise hardware budget means that now you have the proper track of the asset, that now we have purchased 5,000 asset, we have distributed 45,000 asset, we have 500 asset in stock. You can filter out all the information in your tool. Now you have the already new hire process. You already have the figure that this year we are going to purchase these. This is the approximate hiring this month. These many hiring we are doing. Okay, so consolidating all the figures, then checking all your stock minus do the uh, calculation, and then make your budget, that how many spend we are going to do on our hardware asset, what would be our budget. So it would be more precise than easy location tracking, because obviously whenever you are assigning the user in the Active Directory, user will be associated with the location, so you can easily track. Easy asset reclaim, since you have already ownership, if your asset is getting end of life, you can easily send email to the user to reclaim the asset. If some of the asset is not getting used by any users, and if your report is saying that these asset is not found in the network since in last 3 months, then again you will try to coordinate with the users, and you will try to get the information that okay, let me transfer that asset because this asset is not going to used by this user, so we will assign this asset to another user. So here you are, this is process is the asset reclaim and improve asset utilization. Since you already have all the process in place, so you are utilizing your asset very well. Lower maintenance cost means now it's not like that, you will have to reach out to user, you will have to go to desk to the user. In for example, if you have any audit, you will have to go each users, you will track the asset status, you will have to hire so many staffs. Okay, now you can easily track all warranty expiry date. Based on that, if you need if any so maintenance renewal need to happen, you can do that. So this type and improved disposal procedure that I have already explained you, that whenever asset reached on the decommission process, you can call out all stakeholders. The moment you are decommissioning that, raise the change request, inform all the stakeholder like SAM owner, application owner, server owner, that we are going to decommission that asset. Please, you know uh, uh, remove the software from your compliance report for these many servers, right? So this is the improved. Then manual labor is minimized, as I was explaining to you, that now we will not have to go entire location day by day to track our asset, because we have the discovery tool, we have the inventory tool. We will run it and we will get to know that how many asset we have in this location, this branch, this place. And that's why. And then since you will have the complete visibility on number of asset you have, okay, so you will spend less on your hardware. Okay, why? Because now you have the very good visibility, as I said in the budgeting, right? And you are also doing asset reclaim, you are also reclaiming the unused asset, and you are transferring to the another user. So here also you are saving the cost. So saving the cost are also and provides return on investment. So might be you have higher, you have purchased one tool, ham tool, you have purchased discovery tool, you have purchased, let's say, CMDB, you have hired 3-4 professionals, ham manager, ham analyst, and whatever the cost you incurred on that, and whatever the benefits we have explained, that how SAM gets the benefit, how budget gets the lower, how cost is getting reduced, what is the user satisfaction. If you will put all this together, then you will find that it's really very good. Whatever we have invested, we are getting more return comparing to that. So these are the benefits of the hardware asset management program, but not limited to. Okay, we will have, it can be some more benefit, but these are the some benefits which I thought to explain you. So now by doing that we have also completed our time.